Everything you need to know about your last chance to get gear for graduation.
And how students on campus are feeling about the surprise snowfall last night.
Well, last night, people kind of forgot how to drive.
Changes are happening and what you need to know for the change of the season. Next on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm DJ Rodman.
And I'm Alex McCollum. Thank you for joining us for Murrow News 8.
If you were outside last night, you got a great taste of the snow coming this winter. Just a couple of weeks ago, it was sunny and warm, but now we're seeing snowfall and temperatures in the 30s. We talked to some students to see if they were expecting and preparing for the snow.
Yeah, I had to walk to a 7 to 10 p.m. lab, so it was snowing pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, last night, people kind of forgot how to drive, but this morning it was pretty clear enough that people remembered how.
Wasn't really ready for it. Kind of just turned from summer to winter in about a week. Like, we didn't really have much transition for fall.
One lady was like pulled out halfway into the road, still looking left and right whether which way she wanted to go, and it took way too long, so I almost went into the back of her, but she finally figured it out.
It looks like Mother Nature is throwing the kitchen sink at us here in Pullman. Winter coats and snow boots are going to be a necessity as we roll around to winter here on the Palouse. Tomorrow is the annual Fall Grad Fair at the Bookie, the event where December grads get everything they need for commencement. That's where Murrow News 8 reporter Albert James joins us now. Albert, why exactly is the grad fair so important?
Yeah, DJ, not only is it the last chance for grads to pick up their caps and gowns, but it's also an opportunity for them to learn about the resources available to them as they leave WSU. Now, whether you've ordered ahead or are looking to rent regalia, tomorrow is your time to get it. But caps and gowns aren't the only thing at the fair. The commencement office will be on hand to check if you're registered to walk. Photographers are also available to take graduation portraits. And staff from the registrar's office, financial services, and the Academic Success and Career Center will also be there. So, if you ordered regalia for pickup, still need to rent some, or have any questions about fall commencement, you should be here tomorrow. I know I will be for sure. Again, the fair is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. here at the Bookie. We're live on the ground floor of the Cub this afternoon. Alex, DJ, back to you.
Thank you, Albert. Well, Aaron, the weather has taken a 180-degree turn over the past couple of weeks. With the grad fair happening tomorrow, what do students need to know?
You're totally right, DJ. It's gone basically from back to front. As we mentioned earlier, it's going to be, as I'm saying now, 41 degrees is going to be the high tomorrow. So if you're going to walk up B Street, I would just stay away from B Street. B Street sucks in the wintertime. Don't go up B Street because I fell on my butt one time and it hurt. But just be prepared for some light winds as well walking to the grad fair if you're going to be joining there from 9 to 5. So I'll have more on the weather later, but back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Aaron. As we mentioned yesterday, snow tires and studded tires can now be put on your car. Les Schwab says they've been insanely busy, so busy that they stopped taking tickets. They say appointments are currently booked until next week, so if you want to beat the snow, they recommend making your appointment soon.
3 GCU students were killed in a 4-vehicle wrong-way crash early Monday morning. 2 of those students are from Clarkson, just 35 miles south of Pullman. Freshman Ariana Hoffman and Maggie Ogden were involved in the crash and tragically lost their lives. Both were 18 years old. 25-year-old Vincent Acosta has been booked with 3 counts of second-degree murder as a result of the crash.
According to the Pullman police logs, a Pullman resident let someone look after their dog for a week, and now the person is refusing to return the dog. Now, according to the Washington Code, any person who takes, leads away, confines, or otherwise hides any pet animal from their owner is subject to a minimum $500 fine. Pullman Police Operations Commander Aaron Brashears says a resolution has not been reached on the case as of this afternoon. He says normally Pullman Police would treat this as a theft case, but that he can't comment on the specifics because it's ongoing.
And the Pullman City Council held a meeting to kick off week 1 of budget workshops with running start yesterday. City officials presented budget requests to Mayor Johnson's proposed 2023-24 Banao budget. The mayor proposal is projection of costs over the next 2 years. The estimated revenue for next year is about $27.8 million, and the cost to exceed that at $28.7 million, which is a $900,000 difference. In 2024, the estimated revenue is $25.8 million, with the cost being $28.8 million. That difference is $3 million. The council will meet next week for the final budget workshop. What you need to know about Election Day.
And how cold it's going to be when you're walking to that ballot drop box next on Murrow News 8.
Else has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you. Your favorite brother. Your other brother. You. Your football buddy. Your football buddy. You. The boss. The boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you. Your barber. Your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
You. Your plumber.
Breathe right into your foot.
Your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You. Your dog walker.
On your left.
Your cat jogger. Or you. Your co-pilot. Your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
Election Day is on Tuesday the 8th. Here's what you need to know. Ballots have already been mailed out and can be turned in through Election Day. Mailed ballots just need to be postmarked by Election Day to be counted. You can also register to vote on Election Day at election offices, but we've passed the deadline for online registration. Here are some of the notable positions up for contest this year. Number 1, incumbent Democrat Senator Patty Murray is running against Republican Tiffany Spiley. Number 2, incumbent Republican Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers is running against Democrat Natasha Hill. And 3, Whitman County Commissioner Michael Largent is running for re-election against John Mark Monke. Now, according to Pullman Radio, Largent initially announced last spring that he would not run for re-election, then filed to run again on the last day to do so. More Whitman County election information, including Dropbox locations, is available at whitmancounty.org/169/election information. Well, I was not super prepared for the snow. Aaron, with Election Day coming up, what should voters expect when they go to cast their ballot?
I know it's only been 1 day, but I'm already over the snow.
I know. I was going to say, I know DJ loves the snow, but especially on Election Day, when you're going to walk in your ballots, it's going to be a high of 27 degrees. So please be careful when you're walking or driving to your ballots to drop them off on November 8th. It's going to be very cold and it's going to snow. Looking at today's weather, however, though, it's going to be 41 degrees with a low of 23. The sun rose about 7:34 a.m. It's going to set at about 5:30 with 12-mile-an-hour winds, so it's going to be cold. So put on those North Faces and Patagonias. You're going to need them. It's going to get warm. Looking at tomorrow, it's going to be foggy and rainy and with a low of high of 40 degrees and a low of 27. Still cold with a chance of rain that could turn to snow as the temperatures get below freezing. We're going to go look at the 5-day forecast now. Fog and rain, like I said, for tomorrow. And it's going to be basically pretty much cold for the rest of the week. But on Friday, if you're going to the Apple Cup like I am to watch the Cougar soccer team take on the Huskies, wear some rain jackets and wear some layers underneath that because it's going to be cold with a high of 48 and a low of 34. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. for that game, and it's going to be 45 degrees with 16 miles an hour wind, so just be absolutely careful. And if you're going to a watch party for the football game on Saturday, there's going to be some rain and wind, so 49 degrees with a high and a low of 24. So just be careful with Saturday if you're walking anywhere for a watch party. Layer up, it's going to be cold, and like I said before, stay away from B Street if you're walking to any of those parties because it's going to stay cold and it's probably going to get icy. Sunday, Monday, there's going to be some rain and snow on Sunday with a high of 39 and a low of 30. And then on Monday, it's just going to be cloudy, but it's going to be cold with a high of 37 and a low of 27 degrees. So just layer up this week. It's going to be cold, and especially when you're going to turn in your ballots for Election Day, be careful driving and walking. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, Aaron, that was not the good news I was expecting. But next up, everything you need to know about this week with Cougar Sports.
And what NFL coaches, GMs, and players are saying about this year's record-breaking trade deadline. Next on Murrow News 8.
First off, for all you Coug fans, we got some exciting upcoming Wazoo matches here to look forward to. So let's take a look at the upcoming sports schedule real quick. Now, of course, our football team faces Stanford in an away game this Saturday at noon, and I would say it really offers the Cougs a chance to bounce back and turn the season around, so many will be watching that game intently. And on Friday, our women's soccer team has their final match of the season against UW at our home field at 7, so I will definitely be catching that, as will be a great game to wrap up this season. Now, women's volleyball will also be playing on that same day against Oregon at 6 p.m. in the Boelter Gym. Lastly, the Wazoo swim team is competing with Texas A&M Wednesday, which will mark their first meet with the school this season. Well, this year's record-setting NFL trade deadline has passed, leaving some coaches excited about their pieces, while others have some explaining to do to their fan bases. Christian McCaffrey, Roquan Smith, Bradley Chubb, and Robert Quinn, Chase Claypool, and TJ Hawkinson are just some of the big names that were traded before the deadline yesterday afternoon. Now let's hear from GMs, coaches, and players about some of these blockbuster and game-changing moves around the league.
So you try and cultivate and create a trade that really works for your needs, and hopefully that works for their needs, and this is one of those times where that came to fruition.
It's not like I was like, oh, I want to get out, or I hope I do. I was just letting the cards play how they were played.
Yeah, the message is we believe in this football team. We believe in the depth we had at outside linebacker.
Oh, man, it's a great group of guys. Got in yesterday. The guys have been very welcoming, so I'm excited to be here, and I'm ready to roll.
Thank you, Jonah. Coming up on Murrow News 8, everything you need to know about the art exhibit on campus formally opening tomorrow. Cougs for Recovery provides a welcoming community and engaging support for students in recovery. This program fosters social connections and acceptance through peer support. Cougs for Recovery is having an art exhibit on the first floor of the Cub until November 15th. A formal opening will be held tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. The exhibit will feature visual and written artwork exploring recovery, healing, and personal well-being. Thank you guys for watching. If you missed anything, more can be found on our YouTube channel or Instagram page.
Have a good night.